Hi, I'm Jeff Evans. I'm the general manager here at Bauer Fly Reels. Recently, within the past couple of years, Bauer was purchased by Winston Rods, and we're very excited to team up with Winston. They're very passionate about quality, and I think they both have the same mission. I think they're a great partnership. Bauer Reels was started by a guy named John Bauer, and John Bauer was a former race car driver. In the mid-1990s, he started with a new design on a fly reel. And John really made some pioneering steps in fly reel design, really fascinating. One of the things was one of the leaders in the large arbor fly reel design. So big arbor, large retrieve every time you reel the handle, you're picking up a lot of line. So that was one of his kind of innovations. The other one was his clutch mechanism. And John's clutch mechanism, he patented back in the late 90s. Very interesting concept. Got away from the traditional roller clutch bearings that are in use in most fly reels today. And he came up with a very simple and elegant and reliable, smooth clutch mechanism. It was really, that was the thing that separated Bauer when it first came out. And we've still used the same basic premise in all of our fly reels today, the same clutch mechanism. We've switched from cork drag, which was John's original drag choice material in those early drags, to now we've gone to carbon fiber, just a little bit more consistent product, a little bit better stopping power, but a lot of those same principles that John came up with in the early 90s are still in use today at Bauer. Okay, so we're just going to talk a little bit about what we do as far as assembly in our shop here in Twin Bridges and putting these reels together. We're going to take it apart a little bit and show you what makes Bauer a little bit different. So I'm going to pull off this hub. And this hub and this gasket act to seal this whole clutch mechanism and drag system from any dirt or any other elements getting in there. So I pull off the hub, and that's going to show us the Bauer patented clutch. So here is our clutch mechanism right here. I'm going to pull it off so you can see a little bit better. So here's our clutch mechanism. And you can see here, this round piece has 4 pockets. And in each pocket, we have a foam pad and a stainless steel roller. And this is the unique design that John Bauer came up with for the clutch mechanism. So that clutch mechanism sits right on the carbon fiber disc, and that's our drag surface. When this hub is over the top and it turns one way, this piece does not turn. When this hub is turning the other way, meaning the spool is turning the other way, it causes this whole part to turn, and that presses on the carbon fiber drag that sits right here, and that's how the clutch is engaged with the Bauer. So it's a very simple system. The parts don't have to move very far at all for the clutch to engage, so there's no lag time, and it's a very smooth startup with very little resistance. So you can see here, there's the black carbon fiber drag. I'm going to put this clutch back on over the top, and then here is that drag hub that's going to seal everything. So when this hub is moving one way, I have no drag. And when it's moving the other way, it is pressing on that carbon fiber disc, and that's how our drag is engaged. So standing in front of our inventory of partially assembled reels here, and we'll just talk about where we get some of this stuff and the process that it goes through. So all of our reels are machined out of solid bar stock aluminum, and that is done in Oregon in the USA. And the way we get them here is we get the frame and the basic spool, but you can see it has none of the internal components in there. We don't have the handle on there, the counterweight, the drag system. So after this is machined in Oregon, it gets a hand polished finish. So you can see on this SST, for example, these very smooth parts are all hand polished. Same with the palming rim on the spool, all hand polished in California. Then they go to anodizing, and then they get lasered, and then they come here, they look just like this. 2 big pieces, but no inner workings. So in this shop here in Twin Bridges, Montana, we take those parts. So here's the frame, and we build up that sealed drag system in here. So we put the gaskets on there, the carbon fiber drag system, the clutch mechanism that's unique to Bauer, and seal that all in our hub. And then here's an example of a spool. We put the counterweight on there, the nice wood handle, the star knob, all of the inner workings there. So we can put them together, and we have a fully functioning fly reel. So you can see here, we have 2 main workbenches. We have all of our parts out here that are easily accessible for our builders. And we also have everything kitted here. So if we are going to build an RX-1 frame, we have all of the parts right here to build that frame. And then this is where we do most of the RX assembly. You can see most of these parts are for the RX. Over here, we have some various tools for polishing, press fitting bearings into certain parts, backup inventory of bearings, and then over here to the SST station. You can see we have our various colors of star knobs already built up here. There's black and green, for example. And then we go to our raw parts, which sit in these carts over here. So we have them all sorted out between RXs and SSTs in different sizes. We generally will build sub-assemblies first, and then we will build the spool, and then we'll pair them together and clean them and box them up and put them into inventory.